We get people from all parts of the world, but I'm from
New
America,
Jersey.
or I'm from Mississippi. Should specify.
Oh, nice. You're not far away at all.
Hmm.
Ever heard of Slovakia?
Yeah, that's like next to Ukraine, right?
God damn, you know your geography.
Actually, I have to admit that I was looking at your profile the other day when we were talking, and I saw the flag, and I was like, "Where is that from?" And I went on the internet and looked it up, and then that's the only reason I know.
Okay, okay. You did your homework. I'm happy.
Yeah, I've just I don't know why it just like popped up like there's like it says 21 and shows your flag, and I was just like, man, that's cool looking. Let me go find out where he's from.
Like
I
eighty
was
percent. Yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Like 80% of people that I meet, they're like, Slovakia? Is that in Africa? Is that in Asia? Uh, yeah.
I think I would have known it was European. It's European, right? It's is it part of
Yep.
Asia?
No, it's Europe. Central.
Okay. I know that it's like you're very close to Asia, right?
Not
Like the
really.
really? Okay. I thought Ukraine was like I mean it's pretty close to the Middle East, which I guess I just kind of consider Asia. Let's see.
There's a huge chunk of Russia and there's Turkey. Like, those ones are big.
Yeah.
It's still in Europe.
Okay.
Like, Russia is the only country that spans in two continents.
But Slovakia just sounds like European, you know? Or it
I don't
sounds
know.
like it reminds me of like Russia, so it doesn't surprise me that it's European.
We're both Slavics, though.
Oh yeah, you are far from Asia. Okay. Yeah, I was way off. You're like very central.
Yep,
Uh
that's central.
is it is it scary being that close to Ukraine with everything going on?
Not really. I moved to Czech Republic, which is northwest Slovakia,
Oh yeah, I see it.
but I'm kind of prepared for the war, you know?
It looks like they're pushing back into Russia, but yeah, crazy stuff.
Mm,
Alright, I'm gonna get started here. So, welcome everyone to today's game of Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Egan. I'm the Dungeon Master here, and I'll be your guide into this game of Dungeons and Dragons. We do have a new player with us, so bear with us. We're going to introduce him to our game, get him ready for the adventure, and then, of course, everyone else will prepare your characters too. But welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining today's game. And hopefully, we can win some fame and fortune, right? So. Welcome, George. Is that an okay name to go by?
That's fine. You can call me Logan or George, either. George is kind of like my display name.
Also, Logan preferred?
Yeah, that's fine. But you can call me George if you want.
Okay. Alright, so welcome, Logan. My name is Egan. And we're
Nice to meet
gonna.
you.
Nice to meet you too. I saw you hanging around our server for a while, so glad you could join us today for a game. Um,
Yeah, I'm excited.
we play old school D&D here. We use D&D BX rules. I'm gonna help you get started. It's not too difficult, but pretty much what we do here is yeah, play Dungeons and Dragons, have a good time, tell a story. That's pretty much the point of why we're here today. You're gonna join as a player taking on the role of an individual adventuring character who will party up with some other adventurers to go on campaign for fame and fortune across a dangerous medieval land full of monsters and magic. You're gonna do this by hunting monsters, treasures, and bounties, and that's gonna get you fame and fortune. So that's kind of the point of the game in terms of the character's perspective. But we're just simply telling a story by playing the game. Let's see. So to play, it's very simple. Once you have your character and everyone's ready for the adventure, the dungeon master will be describing to you what your characters are experiencing. Then you can describe what you would like to try to do, and then of course we determine the results. Typically, with the roll of the dice. That's it. That's all there is to playing D&D. It's a very simple pencil and paper role-playing game. So that's it. Um, any questions so far before we begin rolling your character?
No, I've been talking to everyone in here, so I think I should be caught up on a lot of things.
All right,
I
good.
assume you'll help me during gameplay, like
Mhm.
learning the ins and outs.
I'll do my best to be your guide, indeed, and teach you the rules as we play. But it's not too difficult. It's pretty common sense. Just experience it as it is, and then try what you like. Let's see. Um, all right. So before you can play, you need a character, and the first step to creating a character is to determine your character's ability scores. So we can do that right now with 36s. You are new here, but you seem like you know what you're talking about. You've been playing RPGs for a while, so we'll let you roll up a character. Typically, if you're brand new, you don't know what's going on, we'll just give you a pre-made character. But since it sounds like you're uh, a frequent player of the role-playing games, then we can roll up a character for you. So
I'll
we'll start
I'll
with
take a pre-made if that's faster. I don't care if it's pre-made, but if you particularly would like to roll one up, that's fine.
it's your choice. Traditionally, we roll up, but if you want the pre-made, we can give you one too. So I can show
Yeah,
you
If
the.
let
you
me.
if you let Ekan roll for you, he can explain the he can explain a lot of things.
Okay,
Yeah,
well yeah,
I'll
let's do that then.
Okay. So the good part about me rolling up a character for you is I can describe how to create a character in general and all the parts to a character. If you take a pre-made, it's more like just trying the game, right? If you're not certain if you ever want to play again. So, but if you think you're gonna play here again, or you want to know how we do things, right? How a character functions or the character sheet works, it's very simple. It takes about 5 minutes, typically, to roll up a character or less. If you're new, of course, I'll be describing it to you, so that it might take a little longer. But first is we're gonna roll your ability scores. It goes down from strength to charisma down the list. Uh, Sounds like you've played older RPGs before, like Hero Quest, that's based on AD&D First Edition and original D&D. So you should be familiar with the kind of the mechanics here. But I'll describe it.
Absolutely.
So, strength in our game will reflect your character's ability to fight in melee combat, and your ability to force doors open, and carry equipment. So you have 12 strength, which is good in old school D&D. A score of 3 to 8 is low, 9 to 12 is normal, and 13 through 18 is high. So you can write this down on anything you want. I typically would use pencil and paper. I like to do everything as traditional as possible. So I have character sheets for the characters. Let's see, just draw it on paper. So you
Hmm.
see, if you want to do it like me, you're gonna write your name at the top. So, your name is Logan.
Yep, I'm pulling out my notebook now.
And you should write your scores. It's going to be strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, and charisma. So you got to write it down like a
Okay.
list. You're going to record strength, this 12, next to STR. Oh, the camera will focus poorly sometimes. Sorry about that. If it does and I don't notice, you guys can let me know and I'll try to fix it. But I'm noticing it right now, so I'll try to fix it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so next is your intelligence. Oh, by the way, for the dice, typically the Dungeon Master in original D&D will roll the dice like a fortune teller looks at his crystal ball. But we do have a house rule here where the players may roll their own dice if they have a dice cam, or you can also use our dice spot during the game if you know how to use it, of course. If it takes you too long, of course, typically the Dungeon Master would just have to roll for you to keep the game moving. So,
Hmm.
are you okay with using the Dungeon Master's dice today, or would you like to use your own or the dice spot?
Uh, let's go with your dice.
Alright, very well, thank you. Intelligence. Yours has an intelligence of 9. That's good. Then your wisdom is 10. That's good. Your dexterity 12. That's good. Your constitution is 7. It's kind of bad, but not too terrible. Charisma is 13. Very good. Alright, so now that your scores are determined, we have to now choose your class. This is your role in the party, your set of skills. Every adventurer is a hunter of monsters, treasures, and bounties first of all. They're all soldiers of fortune, right? But they must take a particular role in the party, specialize in a particular field of adventuring. There are 7 classes you can choose from, 4 of which belong to the race of men, and 3 of which belong to the demi-human races that are that decide to take on the adventuring life. So the first 4 classes include cleric, fighter, magic user, and thief. If you play one of these classes, you're human. And the next 2 classes are demi-human classes. If you play one of those classes, you're of that people as well. There's the dwarves, elves, and halflings. So based on your scores, I will just quickly make some recommendations. I'll also describe the classes to you if you'd like. But they all pretty much do what they sound like they do. Um, but based on your scores, I do highly recommend you're gonna play either a fighter or a thief.
I'll
Would
go with
recommend.
fighter.
Okay, so fighter it is. Fighter, I'll describe this class to you. This is the best fighting class in the game, and in our game in particular, or in standard D&D, fighters can use all armor and all weapons as their benefit, and they can also build a stronghold at any point. They can begin their construction of their fiefdom at any point and such. Um, However, we have a house rule for our fighters, and that is that fighters may attack at twice the rate. Because we don't go past companion level, which is 14, we have multiple attacks at uh, levels 1, 5, and 10 for fighters, and 14. So you have 2 attacks. You fight at twice the rate if you choose to attack. So fighters that fight in scale, that's what they get. So they attack twice the rate, which is really helpful in combat. So, let's see. You'll be a first level fighter, claiming the title of a veteran. Let's see. Next is your hit points. It's your will to live, pretty much, or how hard it is to, how much damage your character can take before they're dead. Alright, fighters get a D8, so 1 to 8. You have a -1 penalty from your low constitution. You also start with 4, -1, 3 hit points.
I won't be on the front lines for long.
Not the worst, but could be better. The average man in old school D&D only had 2 hit points, and the average fighter had 4. So you're kind of between that.
Okay.
Alright, you might be a very young fighter, that's why. Let's see. I like to leave the dice to decide what actually happens, but then the interpretation is up to us. Let's see. Next is your silvers. This will be very important. Unlike newer versions of the game, abilities matter a lot. Back then, it was the equipment that mattered the most. Your armor, your weapons is what kept you alive. And your tools and supplies is what won you fame and fortune. So, if you had the right gear to bring. Let's see. So, the fighter needs to focus on armor and weapons, though. You're gonna get 36 pieces of silver. First, we must purchase your set of clothes, protection from the environment, your boots, hood and cloak, gloves, tunic, trousers, all that stuff. 1 silver piece for clothes. Then you're going to want some weapons, and then maybe some armor. Weapons are more important than armor. They will protect you. You can fight or defend yourself with them. So the first weapon I highly recommend, bare minimum, is 1 type of missile weapon. The cheapest is a sling. It's 1 silver. But there's also the short bow, longbow, and crossbow available.
How much is the longbow?
Longbow with a quiver of 10 arrows will cost a total of 5 silvers. It is very good.
And
Then you
how
have
much is a sword?
the cheapest blade is a dagger for 2 silvers. Then there's a short sword for 5 silvers.
Okay, I guess I'll take the longbow with the 10 arrows.
Alright, very good choice. And then you have 6 pieces left. I recommend also a melee weapon. The cheapest or the best one you can afford early on, I would say, is a spear for 3 silvers. There are cheaper ones and there are more expensive ones available too. It's your choice though. How much are you looking to
I'll take
spend?
the spear.
Okay, very good
Is
choice.
is there some ranged advantage with the spear? Like I can hit people from further away, or
Indeed, you can also use it in the
okay,
back lines.
nice.
So like if we're in marching order and you're in second rank, you could still hit people in that are mailing the first rank.
Alright. With your last 3 silvers, there's 2 things that you can afford armor wise. There's the shield and a gambeson. The gambeson will protect your body, so all flanks. It would provide -1 arm class. A shield will only protect your front and the flank that you use it on. So only 2 flanks. However, you can block with the shield, and it will provide double bonus. It's also highly
Um,
effective against missiles.
mm, um, I think I'll take. What did you call it? A Garmison?
Gambeson, padded armor,
Gamison.
cloth armor. Yeah, it is 2
Gotcha.
silver. You want the gambeson? Okay,
Yeah, I'll take that.
that's a good choice. Let's see. And then you have 1 silver left. You can get equipment or supplies with it. I recommend a sack so you can carry some loot. Um, Otherwise, you
Sure
can use your
enough.
hands. Okay. Alright, now your money is all spent. The last thing you'll need is a name for your character.
Hmm. Call him Bogard.
Bogart, okay? You are Bogart, the veteran, first level fighter. That's pretty much it to preparing a character. I'm gonna count your load, your encumbrance. So 10, 20, 23, 24, 29, 30. 30 load. You carry 30 pounds of equipment. So you are considered a light footman. Alright, everyone else, we shall get your characters ready too. So,
Mm.
let's see. Karm is here. So, uh, Karm,
Need
do you
anything.
need to. Okay, you're good. Perfect. Okay, next, do you have any preparations to make? You're playing as Hans, right?
Next.
Oh, by the way, my spells is gonna be 2 healing spells. That's my spells for today. So,
2 cure light wounds.
yep.
Mm. You're next.
Nags.
If he's not here, we can just do him live.
How does death work in this game? Like if you hit 0 HP, you're just like out.
Typically in old school D&D, at 0 hit points, you're dead. But we have a house suit here that might give you a chance to at least live to tell the tale. So if you survive the saving throw versus death, then you'll most likely lose a game-ending limb or part that will disable your character for life, but at least you can live to tell the tale. So,
That's pretty
um,
cool.
mhm. So like the one guard who took an arrow to the knee, right? So
Yeah.
you will be able to do that if you survive it.
Yeah. If your character has enough time to heal, maybe in the next campaign, but most of the time,
They retire.
you yeah, they retire. If you lose a hand or a foot, like if that's cut clean off, that's gone for probably for good. But maybe if you break an arm or injure your spine, you might be able to come back, but it'll be a long time. I believe we personally have someone who's lost a limb, and I believe that's Nax.
Nice.
I don't think he's going to be giving up anytime soon, though.
Nags the limbless.
He's already got the name Nags Bloody Thumbs.
Uh,
Cause
Sai, are you actually playing with us today, or are you just chilling in here? Okay.
I think that just
And
showed.
then Sorag. What
I'll
preparations?
I'll sharpen the rusty spear.
Okay. Cost 3 coppers.
Okay.
So you're at
Then I'll get a
16.6.
short bow.
Hey, do I have like 5 minutes to take my dogs out before we get started?
Go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, be right back.
You want the short bow?
Then I'll get a short bow.
You already have one.
Oh yeah, you're right. But I don't have normal arrows. I have only fire arrows, right?
Yeah.
I'll get the normal arrows.
Okay.
Hey, can I play as well?
Oh, yeah. One moment.
And heavy helmet.
You gonna sell your old helmet?
I don't see a helmet on the character sheet.
Henry gave this to you the other day, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to the new guy.
All right.
Oh, does
Logan.
it zoom in? Does it zoom in and out by itself?
Huh?
The camera?
Yes.
So
Uh,
cool.
wait. Logan went to get his dog. Let's see. I'll let him know he got a helmet when he gets back. Or if someone remembers to tell him, please do. But he has
Yep.
yeah. Just let him know
I want to play
Sorg, yeah, you
too.
gave him your helmet so he can write it down.
Is that my for prep?
Okay, you're down to 6.6 silvers. All right, and then Anton.
Mm-hmm. I'm currently at 45 silvers. Am I right?
Nope, 37.8.
30, 37. Sheesh. They want that 100 silver. It was a costly adventure last game. And I'll go ahead and we can leave gear at like our camp, right? Because we have a small camp outside of town.
It's not a permanent camp.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
not
temporary
permanent.
camp. It's just a fire. That's it.
Okay. Are we allowed to leave equipment like with our houses if we go on an adventure and we don't want to take something?
You don't own a house
Or
unless you
with
want
our
to purchase one.
families? With our families, I mean.
Eh, not really.
Okay.
We don't track it.
And okay.
You can leave it there, but
And
if it stays there, it's not up to you.
okay. In that case, you said I have 36, no, 37.8, right?
Yeah, you have 37.8.
Okay. Um, I'm going to buy. I'm at 41. Okay. I'll buy a shield for Logan. Yeah.
I'm
I'll
back.
buy. I'll buy a shield for him.
You bought a shield for Logan?
Hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that all you're
Trust me, all this
purchasing?
money.
Because I don't want to cross your money multiple times. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, 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 no. I'll also get 10 more arrows.
I
And
also gave you my helmet, Logan.
Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate
mhm,
that.
yeah. And
all
I'll
right, you
also
spent 4
buy.
so far.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Yes. How much does an antidote cost?
Should be like 3 or 5.
Mm. And let me check real quick. Yeah, 3 silver. So, I had a question. How do antidotes work?
It gives the character a second chance on an extra saving
Mm.
throw against poison.
No. So if we So if we have someone that's
This is
bit,
against normal
well,
poisons though. So
yeah. So what if you're bit by a creature that the poison just auto kills you?
then you just die.
Antidote won't do anything.
Mm-mm. If you're already dead, you
Okay.
can't come back.
Okay. I'll still buy it. Yeah. Antidote. And that brings my load to 43, correct? Sorry, I can hear your keyboard.
Alright, you have 30.8 silvers left.
30.8. Yeah. That'll be my prep. Sorry, I can hear your keyboard.
Go in.
Yeah, sorry.
You want me to count your load?
My load should be 43, correct?
Last time I checked, it was 62. I can double check.
I'd gotten rid of some gear last session. Or not last session, but I'd lost.
Alright, so
Yeah,
10, 15, 35, 38, 39. Let's see. 42, 43, 45, 50, 51, 61, 62, 65, 68, 72, 73. You're at 73. Oh wait, with your
can you
money, 74.
can you count off my gear real quick?
You have a helmet, a spear, heavy gambeson, falchion, light short bow, 21 arrows, 10 fire arrows, 2 pouches, a shovel, flask of oil, your set of clothes, 1 flaming oil, 3 bandages, 1 torch, 1 bandage, or sorry, 1 bag, 1 antidote, and 30.8 silvers.
I'd lost 2 bandages, remember, because they were part of my flask.
I don't remember that.
I'd stuffed them in the flask for a Molotov last session, remember?
No, but sure.
No? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Alright, so... Excuse me. Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry, let me read. Heavy gambeson helmet. You said 74? Um, I'm sorry, I'm having a
You have
misunderstanding.
72 load.
72 load? Sorry, that's not what I have counted. I can personally recount it from what I have. Because how much does shovel weigh? 5 load?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That brings me. Heavy
Clothes is
gambeson
10
helmet.
pounds. Oil
Yeah,
is 1. Pouches
yeah,
is 1 each. 21 arrows
yeah.
is 3 pounds. 10 arrows, 10 fire arrows is 1 pound. A light short bow is 1
Mm,
pound. Falchion's 3 pounds. Heavy gambeson's 20
mm.
pounds. Spear is 5 pounds. Helmet's 10 pounds. Your torch is 3 pounds. Your bag is 3 pounds. Your antidote's 1 pound. Your bandage is 1 pound.
Mm. 1 bandage. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, it's a pound per bandage. Yeah.
Okay. I think everyone is done then, right?
So it's 74, you said?
72 load.
72? Okay, that's heavy footman rate, correct?
Yeah, you're a heavy footman.
Okay.
Your max. Your max load is 80.
So it's 80? Alright.
Alright, we just finished preparations, so go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Come back in 5 and we'll start the adventure.
What's up?
Your
Oh,
voice speaking.
no, shut up, Nags.
Also, Nags, remember, Ekin just did prep. Make sure to.
Yeah, we was waiting for you. So it's all good though.
Yeah.
I'm playing this new game. It's like a Dark Souls.
Let him know when he gets back.
Happy.
Yeah, we got Logan kitted out today.
Yeah. So what is my AC now?
Oh, what's your dexterity? It's 12, right?
12. Yeah.
Yeah. What all armor are you wearing?
A helmet, a shield, because you guys gave me those, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the padded leather armor. I can
Yeah.
never remember what he calls it.
Gambison.
Gambison. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's a -3 total. So you're all creatures, well, not all creatures, but at level 1 with no dexterity bonus, you have an AC of 9, -3. That makes your AC 6. So yeah, I think that makes your AC should be 6. So next
Okay.
AC 11, yeah. AC of 13, I believe, with -3. And that's level 1 though. Once you get higher up and you get more gear, you'll be able to afford more armors like mail or plate, which are very expensive but worth it.
I'm trying to understand Thaco.
Mm-hmm.
So you said my AC is 6, right?
6. You can convert it into ascending AC, which is 13, I believe.
Okay.
13
Yeah.
or 14.
Yeah, 13.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, Nags, if you want to ask Ekin to do your prep, now's a good time.
Okay. As soon as he gets back, I guess.
Looks like he's back. On camera, at least.
Yeah.
There's really no prep work. I already have my
Mhm.
my other character rolled up and ready to
Yeah.
go.
I thought you were still doing hogs.
Well, he's injured and he doesn't have the silver for anything, so
I was saying I could fund your hand if you really wanted it.
nah, he'll stay retired until further notice.
Until his son brings him enough doubloons for a sword hand. He's
Yeah,
like,
right.
go out, my son, and bring me silver for my hand.
So how does healing in between sessions work?
Really?
Typically, believe you heal 1d4. Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
So
I don't want to give you the
if
wrong answer.
if you have a cleric, well, most of the time, if you have a cleric in the party, healing can be pretty much done in between session time. Just
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. Most of the time, though, we have in game in between every session is about a week in game time. I'm pretty sure. And so by next session, your character is pretty much healed up to full most of the time.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
always.
If you're injured at level 1 most of the time, but if you get hit at level 1, you usually don't survive.
Man,
Well,
look at Ekin. It's like
mhm.
just like drawing that up like right away. That's pretty badass.
Ekin does really good art.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hate to admit how much the character on the left looks like me. The one without the helmet on.
Yeah. You should see him do high charisma characters. They got like a handsome little face.
Oh, I was gonna ask, how does charisma affect this game? Is there a lot of dialogue or?
When it comes to talking to NPCs, enemies, and recruiting retainers.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often do we find intelligent
Um,
NPCs?
Most of the time, NPCs in town, like if you're searching for information, charisma comes into play. If you're recruiting players to if you're recruiting retainers, you use that. And if you're trying to parlay with a monster, like if you're trying to befriend it or stop it from killing you, you could try and convince it.
Hmm.
That most of that stuff is last ditch effort though,
Gotcha.
but it can make the difference sometimes.
Alright, we shall begin. It has been roughly 5 minutes. So,
Okie dokie.
it is
Um,
currently early May of year 12, when the party has gathered at the local drinking establishment, a tavern here in the village of Slaveria. We have some new members joining this party of adventurers this week. In the party, we have the senior most members are uh, would be like Hagrid, dwarven veteran, recently joined by a couple of third level characters from a different village. Henry, uh, this time it's only Henry, the priest, from the village of Gavelon. And of course, we have Anton, another senior member of this party. It's Anton, halfling veteran, and
Mhm.
we have Hans, the apprentice, joining us, a new member, and Lola, the medium, another new member. And our final new member is Bogart, the veteran. So a few seniors and a few rookies in this small band of adventurers. This most likely this week you'll be hiring on some more men. You still have your mercenaries from the previous week, Anton, or was that who hired the mercenaries? It was
Well,
you, Anton, right?
no, that was Henry.
That was Henry. Oh, okay,
I heard the retainers.
the retainers. Okay, so who hired the Galert's goodly gang? That was you, right, Anton?
Hmm?
You hired the
Those were
peasants,
Yeah, I heard the peasant.
right?
Yeah.
So these are the mercenaries that
Hmm.
are still with us.
I would have let them keep. I guess I would have let them keep the bows they got in case I recruit them in the future.
The adventurers, the retainers you hired on.
I'll let them keep their gear.
Yeah, typically anything you loan them is payment, so
Hmm.
additional payment.
Yeah. We'll count it towards the next job.
Uh, we also have the Hooded Snakes mercenary band of archers with us. These belong to Henry the priest, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here at the village of Slaveria, a large band of adventurers are joined, or the small band of adventurers are joined by a large band of mercenaries. We have an additional four bowmen with us. Uh, the characters are Nico, Duda, Branimir, and Millard from last week. And also, of course, Geralt's goodly gang of servicemen here to accommodate their party during their travels, right? 17 good men ready to lend a hand. Not in combat, but out of combat. Carry your supplies, your gear, cook for you and such. Build your fires.
Mm. Oh yes, I heard them. I believe.
Yes.
Mm.
Alright, so this week, or this day, this evening at the tavern, you finalize your plans and decide on your course of travel, what you plan to do for this adventure, your adventure goal. Let me
So thank
describe
you.
to you options in case you want some, what you have heard in the past week, and those who are new, why you might be joining this party of adventurers. So those who are new, you've heard that this particular band of adventurers have been setting out from your village, which is on the somewhat closer to the borderlands, but not as close as other villages. This one's a pretty safe and peaceful village. However, to the west, you've heard that this party has been traveling westward toward a place called Fort Stonehill. They've never been inside, but they have encountered monsters in the surrounding land, and that's in the mountains that surround the stronghold to the west. But this stronghold was somewhat a lost location, recently discovered about a few months ago now, and it was reclaimed by, or claimed by, these ruins were claimed by a dragon in the region. So adventurers have been traveling to the Fort Stonehold to maybe slay a dragon, or also recover some of those lost and forgotten treasures that it had, of course, unlocked for the taking, right? The dragon has not been seen in a long while, though, so that's why most of the younger or newer adventurers have decided to take up their chance to maybe go and see what happened, right? Maybe it's dead or maybe someone already killed it, but it has not been seen recently. It was the one to open the stronghold up and reveal the great depth below it, but it has not been seen again recently. So adventurers have been pretty successful at entering the stronghold and taking whatever forgotten treasures lie waiting, right? This particular group, of course, in particular though, has not been traveling to the stronghold exactly. They have been visiting its surrounding mountainsides or the range out there, and they have been actually attempting to besiege a bridge that they discovered to be a lair to a troll. So this week they might continue uh, working on this goal of theirs, or they might try something else. But tonight we decide what exactly this party will do. So those who are returning, right, maybe explain the situation and describe what you think the party should do. Those who are new, you can maybe add your ideas in there as well.
Mm. Um, have we heard of any new strongholds in the area?
No, not recently, not this week. This is the only
Not
area at the moment, unless you travel to a
okay.
different village.
Okay. All right. So, what do you guys think? I believe the troll plan didn't really work out.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys got clobbered.
Not really clobbered, but we didn't lose anyone, but we didn't gain anything. We actually lost a lot of money recruiting people, but the stronghold is still there.
Let's go to the
Uh,
stronghold.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's do that.
I say it's a stronghold.
Any
Yeah.
objections?
Stronghold it is.
Alright, so I hear Hans, Bogart, Anton, and Henry are on board. I haven't heard much from Hagrid or Lola. They've been quiet in the background. If you don't say anything, I guess you're on board. But do you have anything else to add, Hagrid or Lola? Very well. So, as you finalize your plan for this evening, perhaps we'll make preparations tomorrow. Unless we're already ready, we can set out in the morning. Um, do we have anything else to discuss or do the following day? Perhaps hire more
No.
retainers, or are we suited for this?
Mm-mm. Actually,
Mm,
how much food does the party, do the people we hired currently have?
No more food at this point. The food has gone bad.
Oh, sorry. Um, they can forage along the way, correct?
They can attempt to, yes.
Attempt to? Okay. Cool.
Foraging is not a
Anton,
very valuable
Yeah.
source of food, though.
Will they carry food for us if we pay for it?
Of course.
Right. In that
Anton,
case, hmm?
you have money. Try to look for
Yeah.
magic user.
A magic. All right then. I guess I'll go look for retainers. But in the meantime, I'm also going to buy food, 2 things worth of food, and I'll give them to the NPCs.
Alright, so 2 sets of food, which is 60 pounds of food. Cost 2 silvers.
Mhm.
Should I be concerned about purchasing food or?
For now we have it settled.
Okay.
Mhm. For a party this large, we have six. We have 6 players, 17 plus 4. Total, we have a plus NPCs plus players. We have 27 people, so that's about 27 pounds of food we'll need if we have to rest in camp.
So
So it's good to buy
buying
food.
60 pounds of food should be enough for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not 2 days, but 2 meals. Let's see.
Yeah, 2
Two
meals.
meals, yeah. So maybe breakfast and dinner. but no lunch.
Mhm.
So is food like, is that something you have to rigorously track, or is it just for resting?
If your
You have to
characters want
check.
to fight without a penalty, they must be fed, and if you want to heal, you must be fed.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, you can
Um,
march on an empty stomach.
mhm.
So,
I'm also going to go to the tavern to see if there's any magic users looking to be hired.
alright, this evening, as you sit here at the tavern, you observe the crowd for any magic users, and no one here seems to be of the sort. Perhaps they're in disguise, perhaps they're just wearing their normal clothes, but you can ask around if you'd like.
Yeah, ask around.
Alright, so Anton goes around. How do you want to do this? Just asking random villagers?
No, in the tavern, he's gonna look for adventurers, people that look like adventurers.
Uh, the most of the adventurers are of your party, but perhaps
Mm.
there are four other people in this tavern that might, uh, they look like they might be men-at-arms looking to be hired.
Mm-hmm. At least has anyone heard of a magic user recently? Maybe around town.
Uh, who do you ask?
I'll ask some of the adventurers in the tavern if they've heard of a magic user in town.
Okay, so you go and discuss with one of these
Mm.
men-at-arms,
Other
armored
than the one
figures.
currently in our party, other than the one we currently have.
Of course, there are four strangers in this tavern that are wearing armor besides your party.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you do this, does anyone else want to take an action this evening?
No.
No.
Alright, the
Down
rest of
here.
you enjoy your time this evening and wait for Anton to finish recruiting men. Anton, you approach one of these men-at-arms. He's wearing a gambeson, and he has got the shield at the base of his chair. He looks at you and kind of just nods.
Mm.
See his
Yeah.
initial reaction to you approaching. How do you want to approach? Just
Mm-hmm.
normal, or something else?
I'll buy him a drink.
Okay.
About 1 copper. As he's walking up, who to say, "A drink for this man, please," and he'll like, look towards the
He
barkeep.
refuses your drink and moves
Oh,
on. You want to try
very
a
well
different one?
then.
You still have the drink.
Y-
You did not take it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try a different one, and then I'll offer the next one a drink.
Alright, you approach another man just wearing a tunic. It looks like he's quite strong looking. Um, could possibly be a man at arms. You offer a drink to him, and what do you say? He's
Mm,
listening at least.
say, how are you on this fine morning, good sir?
Well, it's evening, but
Or not yeah, evening. I'm sorry, forgive me.
I'm doing all right.
Mm.
And you?
Well, I'm quite fine. I was wondering if you've heard of any magic users recently coming through town or maybe resting here, or if you yourself are on one.
As he rubs his calluses, he looks around. Magic is witches?
Yes, of the sort.
I haven't heard of any recently, but I believe that woman over there, she might be a witch. Keep an eye out for her.
Mm,
He points to a member of your party. It's Lola. She's sitting with
mm,
the rest of your party.
mm. All right then. I thank you for your time. I so yeah, I'll actually go talk to the barkeep
Okay.
because he
The
might
man
know more of who's
says,
coming in.
"Excuse me, would you perhaps
Hmm?
be looking to hire a man at arms?
Hmm.
I'm offering my services for 2 silvers a day.
Is that all?
A small down payment wouldn't hurt. I'd
How much?
look for maybe 5 silvers for a down payment.
Hmm.
I own a gambeson and a spear."
You've caught me at a bad time, but if need be, I will look for you, my good man. What is your
Do not.
name?
My name is Mogulin.
Hmm. Very well then.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Likewise. If I'm ever in need of your services, I will come to you.
Alright, and
And
you
he
walk
will.
off to the tavern keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you approach to the bar then,
Mm-hmm.
and you wait your turn, and eventually the tavern keeper comes to you.
Mm-hmm. He'll just order breakfast, and he'll call him over to ask him some questions as
Sorry,
he's
sir.
serving him.
We do not serve breakfast at this hour.
Oh, not. Oh, I'm sorry. You can. Not breakfast. I meant to say like a loaf of bread or something, but my mind just jumped to breakfast. Sorry.
It's alright. So, some
Yeah.
dinner instead.
Of course. As you see, I'm always dreaming of food. Being a
Breakfast is a
halfling.
particular. Perhaps come back in the morning. We'll have a lot prepared.
Of course. I've had my cravings recently. But yes, I'd like a loaf of bread, please.
Alright, he brings you a loaf of bread.
Hmm. And as he's like nibbling on it, say, you wouldn't happen to have some information, would you?
Information on what, I
Hmm.
suppose.
Well, I'm looking for, well, other than that lady over there, and he'll mention towards Lola, I'm looking for any magic users. Have you seen any come through here recently?
Magic users.
Of
Hmm,
course.
I don't think so.
Mm. Very well then. As he'll finish up his food, he say, I thank you for your time then. The service has been quite nice.
Alright, and then you move on.
Hmm. Yeah. He'll come back to the party.
At this point, it's been maybe an hour since you've left your party.
Yeah. He'll go back to the party. And he'll discuss. So, what do you guys ready to head out then?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Ready.
Yeah. We haven't found any magic users, unfortunately, but there's always another day. How many hours are left in the day, you can?
It's nighttime right now. You were discussing at
Not
night.
discussing at night? Okay. Then we'll prepare to leave in the morning.
Alright, so after an evening outside under the stars with a campfire, you sleep on the outskirts of the village. Your men prepared camp. Um, your camp does not consist of terribly much, just mostly a lot of men resting with fires and preparing for the next day, sleeping under hoods and cloaks and such. The night
Mhm.
passes in the countryside and morning comes quickly, and the men are wondering if they're gonna have breakfast or not. You want to feed your men or have them
Yeah.
start
I'll
hungry?
buy I'll buy another thing of food and feed them.
You send a group of men into the village to buy food. They come back with the
Mhm.
food. It cost you 1 silver.
Mhm.
Alright then. So you had 90 pounds of food after breakfast minus 27, so you're down to see 63.
Mhm. Enough
That
for a few
money,
meals.
that money's draining fast.
Alright, the men
Don't
have been
worry.
fed.
Oh. Mhm. All right. And we're all still in agreement. Are you ready? Are you guys ready to disembark?
I'm ready to go.
Ready.
All right. Then we will
Yep.
prepare to. We'll ready ourselves in the morning and begin our march to Fort Stonehold.
The usual course to travel is to travel west across the grasslands, following the old road that takes you into the mountains. There are other ways, of course. Northwest of here are a range of mountains, and further southwest of here are more open plains. What is
Mm.
your course of travel?
Straight through, west.
Do you want to stay on the road or do you want to travel off road?
Stay on the road.
Yeah, that seems safest.
Hmm.
In the
You're a
morning
wise
after
man, Anton.
Preparing all your equipment, supplies, and such, you leave the village of
Mm,
Oliveria, make your way through the walls, and soon the countryside disappears behind you. You make your way westward into the wilderness,
mm,
following an old road that used to be maintained by mankind, but now is lost to the wilderness. An old, unmaintained road. At least you can still navigate using it, but it's rugged and rough and grassy here and there. Not very, um, not very good for any wagons you might use, but it's better than nothing. So
mm.
you've also heard that in these grasslands there have been sightings of orc war parties, patrolling
Yeah.
and raiding the countryside every now and then, or any travelers
Mm,
that pass on through this range of grasslands.
mm. I'll actually scout ahead of the party. Anton will
Oh,
move
Anton will
forward.
scout ahead
Scout ahead,
on
yeah.
foot.
Only about 30 feet.
Alright, as the rest of the party marches or trots along, from 30 feet, Anton marches ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There are two parties now. There's the scouting party and there's the main party.
Mm-hmm.
After a couple hours of marching across grasslands, you enter the footholds of the mountain range that continues westward. The road
Mm-hmm.
continues, but begins to veer northwest.
Yeah, we'll take the road northwest.
Eventually, it hits a river that flows to the southeast and flows northwest, and the road continues along the river northwest.
Mm-hmm. We'll
Which way?
continue northwest.
Okay. After another hour or so, in the distance, you can see the road leads into a part of the mountain range where you see against the mountain rock there be a ruin of a stronghold. A ruin
Mm-hmm.
or a stronghold embedded in the mountain side. Otherwise, the road continues northwest along with the river.
Mm-hmm. We'll continue northwest.
You're now at the base of the stronghold, passing through.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
area uh, is getting colder now, a bit windier as you ascend the mountains. The road continues northwest
Mm-hmm.
with the
We'll
river.
stop at the we'll stop at the stronghold.
Okay, it looks like a pretty steep climb.
Mm-hmm. Um, can we search for any hidden entrances or exits?
Does it from what I can gather, can I climb it? Does it seem feasible that I can do I think that I can climb it
The thieves
with
should
some
have
sort of
not much
safety?
of an issue, um,
Yeah.
but everyone else, this could be a hazardous climb.
All right. So I will how far up is the first ledge?
It would be about 10 feet up,
Oh, 10 feet up?
and it
Oh,
gradually
okay.
ascends. The stronghold itself is roughly 30 feet up in the rocks. It's not too high
30
up,
feet.
but it's
Okay.
30 feet up. If there
All
was a
right. I have
clear
a
pass,
Mm-hmm.
that would be nice. But
50-foot rope. So what I'll do is that I'll climb up
right,
and I'll
so
inform them that I'll let the rope down when I find some place to to secure it.
Do do I notice any signs of like marching in the nearby area? Like you mentioned orc warband, so I feel like I would be looking around to make sure they haven't, they're not setting up like an ambush or anything like that nearby.
Mm-hmm.
alright, so as we marched along, Anton was 30 feet ahead, but Bogard, from the main party, was observing the road for any tracks beside the party's own tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was doing this, of course, Hans was explaining his plan that he would go up there and climb with the rope down. Anyone else have anything to suggest
Mm-hmm.
or do?
When we get to the base of the of Fort Snowhold, he'll start searching for maybe if there's signs of a entrance or exit through the mountain or like through the hills, or not, well, not through the hill, but you know what I'm talking about.
Kind of. So Anton will
Yeah.
start observing for a way up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Any secret entrances, maybe.
a secret
Yeah.
entrance. That's different
Mm-hmm.
from finding a way up. So
Yeah. I'm
you
sorry.
tell
I
me
won't
which one you
specify.
want, one thing at a time.
Okay, sorry.
So look for a way up or secret entrance on the mountainside.
Secret entrance.
Alright, you can observe a 10 foot by 10 foot area for secret entrance for 1 turn. The mountainside is very large. So,
Mhm.
do you just want to search a random spot or any particular area?
Does any part look as if there's been recent activity?
What describe recent activity?
Like kicked up dirt, kicked up rocks, like
Trampled grass.
trampled grass, or signs of people venturing up towards this steep area.
As you look against the rock face, there's very little to no vegetation against it.
Mm,
You do not see any kicked up dirt or grass.
mm.
And as you're observing this, and Bogard is observing the ground, I'll describe your results in a moment. And Hans is discussing his plans. Hans, are you actually just climbing up, or are you discussing your plans still? I wasn't certain because other members were doing other things. So, Hans, were you climbing while they were searching, or were you just describing your ideas?
Yo, Nags.
X.
Say what? I'm sorry. What was that again?
Were you actually climbing, or were you just discussing?
No, I was actually climbing.
Okay, very well. Did anyone else want to take an action that wasn't Anton, Bogart, or Hans? Because they're already taking an action. Very well. Alright, so the rest of you stood around and waited as Anton, of course, observed for a secret entrance, but instead he was just observing for any signs of movement here. Did not see any of it. Bogart, you look to the ground and the rocky, rough track here, the old road that you're using, and clearly there are boot prints in it that do not belong to your party. Boot prints, and you see sometimes even small metal links on the ground.
Uh-oh. Is it leading anywheres?
It's hard to tell. They are old tracks, so you can't see what
Gotcha.
direction they went.
I would point that out to the party, see if anyone found that interesting or concerning.
Mm.
And in the meantime, as you observe this and Anton observed the rocks, and Hans made his way up. Hans, you climb a sheer surface. Let's see, it's not exactly sheer, it's sloped, but you have an 80% chance, I'm pretty sure, of climbing this without a rope
Oh.
safely. Alright, wait, wrong dice. Let's see. Alright, Hans easily made his way up 30 feet. We're up to the ledge on which the stronghold is embedded into. There's not much here. Uh, all that's here is you can see it appears to be just like a large gate. Two towers, a long wall, um, and a gatehouse leading into the mountainside. Okay, so let's see. Hans, at this point, from 30 feet up, you lower the rope down to the rest of your party. It should make climbing somewhat easier. But on your way up, you would, after 10 foot, the ledge, actually, it wasn't a sheer surface there. It was a mountain pass. The pass led uh, northwest, downward, and southeast upward. So it's a pass.
Well, can you repeat that again? Can you repeat that again?
So after climbing 10 feet easily, you reach the pass. This pass descended south or northwest and ascended southeast of the mountainside. And after the next 10 feet of climbing, you climb back onto the pass, which is a higher point. And eventually the pass should take you to the top. So instead of climbing, imagine a pass is like a stairway up the mountain, right? It's just a natural stair up the mountain. So you would climb 10 feet, reach a pass, right, or an ascending road, and then the road would ascend another, level of the mountainside. The
Okay.
pass is about 10 feet wide, large enough to drive horses or wagons onto it, right? So naturally, there had to be a pass at some point to lead builders or their supplies up to the stronghold. So
Right.
you
So
just
it's
didn't
like a
see it on the way up.
switchback.
Yeah, it's circles up the mountains, or it does. Yeah, just kind of continues up the mountainside. But it did not begin from the direction you came, so that's why you did not see it. It starts to the
Okay.
northwest. Right. Perhaps that would be a safer way rather than climbing with a rope. You could just
I
walk up
uh
there.
I yell down and tell them what I see. So I ask them what they want to do.
Mm.
All right, they can
It
hear you.
would be safer to
Your voice
go
echoes
around.
down the mountainside.
Let's go. Let's go down the mountainside.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, so
Yeah.
the rest of the
So
party, you can hear. Yeah,
I'll gather my rope and climb back down carefully, as careful as I can.
you can use the pass or the path that leads down the
Okay
mountainside.
then. Alrighty. Then I'll
All right,
do
so
that.
you would walk down or climb the stairs down, pretty much. You would make your way back down to the road. The pass led you down to the northwest, and you would have to go southeast back to your party. The rest of the party, you had heard Hans, and as soon as you heard Hans describe the pass, you could not see the pass from where you stood. So, would you just wait for Hans, or would you want to search for it, or what would you do?
We'll wait.
And Todd
Yeah, I'll
suggests to
wait.
wait. Bogart waits as well. If you say nothing, you'll do as they. Alright then. So the rest of you just stand around, and eventually Hans makes his way down from the mountain pass and back to the party on the road.
Yeah.
This way, gentlemen.
Onward.
Mm. Very well done. And
Alright, you ascended the mountainside up the pass, which began toward the northwest.
mm-hmm.
When you get to the top, you stand before a large stone gate with two small towers on either side of the gate. It is closed, sealed, and you can see that through the portcullis, it's choked up with rubble. The gatehouse has collapsed into the entryway. It has been sealed. As rumors go, this place was sealed many years ago, uh, while mankind pulled out, right, retreated from this territory.
Mm-hmm.
Besides our foot traffic, there been any other foot traffic that we can see? Or does it look like it's somebody else has been around here, or it's all been overgrown and in brambles?
You can clearly see foot traffic leading up to the wall. Does not look like it belongs to your party. But you see
Leading up to
no,
the wall.
yes, leading up to the wall. No other signs. You see like blueprints, lots of them leading up to the walls. And you see like two large holes on either side of. So when you go up to the wall, you'll see like two kind of dugout holes very close to each other, maybe spaced about a foot apart. This is two sets of two holes with about a foot gap, foot and a half gap on
Mm-hmm.
either side of the walls.
Mm. Well, you want to climb through there, Hans? Investigate.
I guess so. I guess I'll take a torch out and light it because it's probably dark in there.
Okay, Hans, you light a torch. -1 torch. Alright, you have a torch in one hand. The wall is pretty tall. It's maybe about 20 to 30 feet tall.
And the holes are on top of the wall.
No, they're at the base of the wall, the floor outside of it.
Well, okay. All right, so I'll crawl in through one if I can manage.
Crawl up a wall.
No, no, through the hole.
Oh, the holes are like
Um,
just in the dirt, like on the ground. They don't go very deep.
oh,
They're only about
oh,
a
okay,
few
okay,
inches
okay.
deep and spaced apart. So they're like a weird type of track in the dirt, right?
Hmm.
Or marking in the ground.
Right.
Does it appear that it's from they were created by like use? Like maybe people were climbing the wall there, or does it just seem out of place?
It seems somewhat out of place. You see, most of the foot traffic leads up to these holes, though, on either side of the wall.
So what I'm suggesting is either you put something in the hole to trigger it, or there could be a like a loose brick in the wall, like a pressure plate brick. It could push
Mhm.
into the wall.
So let's get somebody with a pole and they could start poking around these holes.
I don't have a pole, so
Hmm. I could
I
use
couldn't
the
afford one.
I could use the short end of my spear, correct, Deacon? Or not the short end, but the non-tipped end.
Yeah, the blunt end.
Yeah, the blunt end. That's the
It's
terminology.
kind of like this sketch here. You'll see
Mm-hmm.
like the wall, the tower, the portcullis,
Mm-hmm.
but two holes in the ground, just up
Mm-hmm.
against the walls, pretty much very close to the walls.
Yeah. He'll go
And
to
it's
the
right up against the base.
Kind of, yeah. On either wall,
yeah.
Okay.
there are two
He'll
sets of
go up to
the
the
holes.
he'll go up to the right wall. Well, which one has the most, or are they both
The right
equally?
wall would be toward the southeast. That's the southeastern wall.
Yeah. Do either have more foot traffic than the other, or are they both
It's about equal.
about equal? Okay. Well, he'll just go over to the southeastern one and he'll start poking it with the blunt of his spear to see if he could find anything. Like if anything triggers, like a loose brick, a pressure plate, something.
You're poking the wall?
Or not the loose dirt, pressure plate, something. Sorry.
Describe in specific what you do, Anton.
Okay. Yeah. He goes over to the hole and he starts poking at it, like trying to move around the dirt, maybe with the blunt end of his spear.
Okay, so as you're
He's
doing this, Hans, are you watching this or are you gonna climb?
Um,
Because you described you're about to climb, but then Anton is making his way toward the hole carefully, prodding ahead.
I will go and climb then. I will leave the torch behind because I can't climb with with a torch lit.
Right. So you just leave it out here or pass it off to one of the extra men.
Right.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Which wall do you want to climb? Anton, you're not there. You're up ahead at the wall.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So if you want to stop your action, you can go do that, of course. But
Eastern side. The
eastern.
the the yeah.
All right. Hans is making his way to the southeast wall. Then does anyone else want to take an action?
I'm gonna stand on guard.
I'll do the same.
Okay. Henry and Bogart begin to carefully observe and listen to
Be,
their surroundings.
before I start climbing, I'll observe both sides of the wall. Which side looks easier or least difficult to climb, or gives me more of a vantage to climb?
They both look about the same,
Okay,
unfortunately.
then then I will
Good observation
continue.
though. But
Yeah, then I will continue.
all right. So you stick to the southeast wall as Anton has already approached, or is about to approach. So this is what actually happens. So again, like we do things just to this, because we have a new player with us. Typically, if someone says an action, I don't just follow through with it. I make sure everyone has a chance to do something while that character does it, because I don't like the idea of one person doing something while everyone just watches. So naturally, while someone's doing something, you could be doing something else. Now, if they, of course, switch their action, then they don't get an action at all, right? Because they're just indecisive at that point. So,
Hmm.
um, so like,
I like that. I think that's
so,
fair.
so if you already say an action, while you're doing that, I give everyone else a chance to do other things, rather than just tell you your results. So I typically will hear your action out, but I won't tell you your results until everyone has had a chance to describe what they want to do. So if you don't let me if you interrupt me during this, or I don't ever get the chance to describe your action or your results, then of course you're just gonna have to keep waiting until that point comes. So or you just have to try again. So, but now everyone has had a chance, I believe, to speak. So what actually happens is, Anton, you've just approached the wall now, and you're prodding the floor ahead, and it looks like Hans has joined you, but he passes you and begins climbing the wall. Back with the main party at a safe distance from the entire wall, two of them begin to carefully listen for monsters and observe the surroundings, while the rest of the crowd just kind of stands by and waits. Okay, so those who carefully observe and listen, only two members out of the 20 something characters are on guard. You have heard nothing. Let's see. The one who had prodded the head toward the holes, nothing was triggered. You poke at the holes with the blunt end of your spear, and nothing happened. And then the one who were Hans, you had climbed up the wall at this point. It's a sheer surface, and 84. That might be a fail. We'll see. First level thief. Should not be a fail. It should be 87%, but I'm gonna double check. Alright, the first level is 87. Yeah, so you barely passed. You kind of struggled there, but you get up the southeastern wall onto the battlement. On here, you can see northwest of you is one of the two towers that flank the gatehouse, and to the east, the wall leads up to what looks like an archway that leads into the mountainside. Otherwise, beyond the wall uh, is the mountain itself. It's just rock wall. Past, so once you get up the battlement, right here, this is just a mountain face right here. So this is all mountain right here. There's nothing behind the wall but a mountain. But the gatehouse should lead inside. So even if you're on the battlement, you'll have to make your way maybe down one of the towers or through that archway to make your way into the mountain, because this wall, all it does is it's just basically the entrance into the mountain.
Has it been like carved out of the mountainside?
Somewhat like that, yeah, or built against it.
So this is just basically a wall.
Against the mountain face, yeah. So once
It's
you get
not
up
even a
there, you can climb
stronghold.
down. Yeah.
I wonder if the holes on the ground are like where you can put your hands under the wall and maybe lift. Like maybe it's like a secret door.
They're pretty small holes. It looks like as if someone took a large stake and stabbed it into the earth for each hole, right? They're
Oh,
only
they
a
use
few inches
ladders.
deep. Exactly. That's what happened. So,
Oh.
on the battlement itself, when you get up here, there's a long ladder on the ground covered in dust and rocks. This is on the battlement though. You can take it and lower it down, right? That's
That's
where
what I
those holes
will.
are from. So,
Okay, that's. I checked to see if they look sturdy. If it still looks sturdy,
it's an old wooden ladder. There's a few missing pieces. It does not look sturdy.
doesn't look sturdy, huh? Hmm. Well,
You got that rope.
yep, I got that rope.
If you're careful, you could probably climb this, but if you're carrying too much weight, you could probably break another, piece of the ladder off. So any large weight would probably snap another foothold on the ladder off.
Yeah.
So it's just an old wooden ladder.
Yeah. Try maybe you could like test how much pressure it could withstand. You want to do that now?
Alright, so if you guys communicate, you're yelling down from the ground
Right.
up to the battlement.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be
I tell them try not to
Uh,
yell.
from the archway southeast of you, a group of creatures step forward, right, with axes and
Ooh.
falchions. They're wearing furs. They look brutish and ugly. They grunt and growl at you and speak a different language. Only you can see this and hear this. The rest of the party can kind of hear something going on up there as they shout up at you. Hey, test how sturdy the ladder is. Hey, what's going on up there? Right. What do you do, Hans? They're only about 30 feet from you, maybe? Maybe less, 20 feet. Each wall is about 30 foot long, so Yeah, they're roughly 15 to 20 feet from you. You're in the middle of the southeastern battlement. And their immediate reaction to you is they display their arms at you and begin growling. They're threatening. So what would you like to do? There's a total of 3 of them to the southeast. None of them seem to be speaking your language.
You talking to Hobbs? Wait,
Yes.
who? Han? Nags.
Eggs.
Nags.
Now they are
Oh
advancing.
wait. His,
Are you muted?
his internet. His
Oh,
internet.
internet cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just climb back down as fast as I can.
Alright. So as they are about to approach, you begin to climb down as quickly as you can.
Mhm.
And as you're doing this, back down to the surface level, the rest of you were yelling up at him, trying to figure out what was going on. And now you can kind of start to see Hans climbing down. Um,
Mhm.
does anyone want to take an action from
I'll
down
take
below?
out my I'll take out my short bow, just in case
Anton,
something's
here's a
up.
short bow.
I'll
Mhm.
draw my longbow.
Okay. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. Alright. Everyone else does nothing.
Oh, we're below the floor. We can't do anything.
You can prepare your
Maybe.
men, but now it's too late. So Hans is making his way down, and the monsters up on the battlements. Uh, you can kind of see them peeking over the wall, and then 3 stones are hurled down at your party. Those are at the base of the wall. So they're just hurled
Mhm.
down. You don't see them for. You just see their hands. They just kind of chuck them down in your direction, and there's a very low chance any of these will hit you directly unless you're climbing up. But they're mainly targeting Hans, who is climbing down, right? So all these going for Hans, who is on his way down the wall. They all miss, surprisingly. So Hans was focusing, trying to be very careful. There's a very good chance one of these stones would hit him, and he would, just pummel down to the ground or plummet to the ground, and most likely get injured. But they all whizzed past him and hit the ground below. Those who are below, directly below Hans, easily avoid the rocks naturally, because you can just step away, right?
Mhm.
But Hans is carefully climbing down. He gets down from the wall, breathing in relief, or yeah. And then, of course, as
Mhm.
he's doing that, they're grabbing more rocks to throw.
I'll tell you this humanoids up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I'll back up from the base and see if I can get a better shot with my short bow.
Now, you cannot see them from where you stood, but Bogart, as they were throwing stones down, you would see them, peeking over the wall and throwing stones down. Bogart's further away. Bogart, with your
Mhm.
longbow, you were actually able to get 2 shots off in 10 seconds. And
Mhm.
that small opening in which they did peek over the wall to throw stones, you were able to get 2 shots off. And you were on guard with your bow.
Would
So,
it would it do they look clean? Like I would be able to do that?
get the shots off. You would see
Yeah,
them
Can
like
cleanly.
I
oh
You
yeah,
want to take the
okay, yeah,
shots?
yeah.
Okay.
can
I'll
can
take them.
can I order my men to shoot at the creatures above?
Alright, you do that at this point, and they don't see them anymore. Uh, the monsters, are grabbing rocks still. But you tell your men to get ready to fire. Alright. So as
Okay.
you're doing that, maybe Bogart is preparing to shoot another volley of arrows. But in your first attempt to shoot at them, one of your 2 arrows hit. You fired 2 arrows within 10 seconds. One happened so quickly that it probably happened before any of them could really take aim with their stones. The first time they were throwing stones down. That was your first attack. Your second attack was a miss. Your first attack dealt a total of a d8 of damage, 4 damage. Let's see if it was a kill. It almost got one. You shot him right in the throat. And you see him kind of back off, and they all kind of mumble to each other. You can kind of hear them grunting and panicking. 2 more kind of pick up stones, and at that point, Bogart's able to maybe get off another shot. Uh, Henry's men were just ordered just now to open fire, so they're not taking fire yet. And then Hagrid, did you want to take an action as that was happening? No?
Deacon.
Okay. And then Lola, did you want to take an action? All right, and then Anton, I already heard you. You made your way back, so you can get an angle on these guys. Unless you want to change your action at this point.
No.
Okay. So now that you made your way back, this is in round 2. Round 1, you were standing down below. Round 2, you made your way. You're making way toward your party. Okay. So during round 2, Bogart gets another 2 shots off. Because round 1 he was on guard and took 2 shots, right? And Henry, you were somewhat on guard, but you just ordered your men. We'll say last round to open fire. So this round to open fire, since you technically said you were on guard earlier. So
Yeah.
like you told your men to fire, and they're firing for round 2. So for round 2, again, Anton's moving, Bogart's firing, Hans is moving back. Or Hans, what do you want to do for round 2? For round 1, you
Uh,
calmed down. So round 2, what's your action?
well, first of all, I want to find cover first, and then I will try to do one of them with my sling.
All right, we are outside the wall. There's no cover out here except to descend, right?
Cover, okay.
Naturally. The the wall wouldn't, or this gate or wall wouldn't be built so that enemies approaching would have cover. Naturally, they would be exposed to the wall. The wall would have the advantage, right? Let's see. So we can
Okay,
make our way
then
down the slope then, or back to the ground.
while they're fighting, try to see if there's another path uh to get around. Is see if there's no, because it's in between that. Okay, never mind,
So
never
the
mind.
winding road again is only 10 feet, right? So you can imagine it's 10 feet like this and like that, like that. Okay, so it's a winding road
Right,
that goes like this up to the wall.
right. Up to the wall. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
safest option is to just quickly jump down 10 feet and get, take cover behind the the elevation pretty much, or to run down the road and then take cover behind the elevation. Jumping down could hurt you though. It's a 10-foot jump. So to, I would assume that as soon as you drop down from the southeast wall, you would start running northwest away from the enemy you saw and toward
Right.
the next descent, right? The lower levels of the pass. Okay, so as you're doing this, Hans, making your way. Are you okay with that, Hans? Do you want to just make your way down, or do you want to do
Yeah,
something else?
yeah.
Okay. So as Hans is making his way down, as some of you are readied up, about this side, right? Because you guys are just further back along the road, but that means you would be to the northwest. Those are where
Is
our
that
fighters are firing from.
is that a wall you just drew? Like the fortress wall?
Yeah.
This is the wall here. This is the winding road.
And then okay, so the lines of the road, or yeah, the trail, and then those circles are the towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our
Okay, yeah, I
shooters,
just
the ones who are on guard, I'm gonna say are Bogart and Henry and his archers. You guys are to the southeast too. You guys are probably like right here.
yeah.
Okay. You guys are probably right here. Your men are here. The rest of your men are at safe distance over here in this between levels, between the top level and the middle level of the pass. So they're all just kind of further back along the road. And let's see, that's pretty much that. So the only way you can see these guys is if you're to the southeast. If you're northwest, you cannot see these monsters at all because the tower would block your view of them, and of course, the position, right? You would have no line of fire. Um, so we know Hans is running northwest. We know Anton got back to the southeast to open fire. So Anton's about to fire next round because he's moving this round. We know Henry is, of course, with his
Ordering my
men,
men.
ordering his men to fire. He ordered them to fire last round. So this round, he and his men can fire. Henry, what did you have equipped?
I had a shield and sling.
Okay, did you want to sling a stone up there?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're slinging a stone up there, your men are firing then. And then Bogart's firing for round 2. And that's everyone's actions for this round. And Lola's doing nothing. Alright. Let's see what happens. So, we'll start with any melee. There's none. Then we're going to missiles. So for missiles, we see the fighter shall go first. If you are a fighter and firing, you shall roll first, with your first attack happening before any other normal attack. This includes, sorry, Hagrid, what did your action, what did you say your action was? Okay, no action. Um,
Talking to me?
Hagrid.
Uh,
Alright. Hans, let's see. You're a thief. Bogart gets his first shot off. He's a fighter. His first shot for round 2 was a miss. And Anton, your first. Oh, you don't shoot this round. You shoot next round.
Mm.
Alright. And then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the men at arms. Let's see if they get any shots off.
do they get any dex bonuses or no? They're just regular men.
They're just regular men. They get a -1, but a +1 for uh, close range and -2 for the enemy. For the enemy having cover as they toss their stones down on your party.
So -1.
We're in normal missiles actually. So we already finished the main missile, so we'll do party initiative versus monster initiative for the normal missile phase. All right, monsters win, so they're gonna get their stones down before we get our shots off for the normal missile phase. Um, so their stones came hurling down on our party. Uh, they just chucked these stones at us. And one stone was hurled at we'll just say those who are southeast. So one goes for Anton as he's running toward the southeast. One goes for Henry, and one goes for one of his men. So Anton, the
Good
stone
luck.
went for you, missed, and Henry missed, and one of your men missed. Okay, 3 stones were hurled. None of them hit any of your men. And then your friendly fire now. So starting with we're gonna start back with Bogart, his second attack for the normal missile phase. It's a
Mm-hmm.
miss. All right.
Oof, that one.
So minus 4 arrows so far.
Yes, I've got 6 left. I may actually stop firing to conserve ammo here.
Yeah. And then um after him it was, let's see, uh Henry with his stone missed, and then his men with their bow and arrows.
I think I get a +1, but I don't know if that matters.
That didn't matter.
Okay.
Hit, and a hit. All your men managed to hit these targets up there with their
Good
people
job,
down
yeah.
with their arrows. Okay, so one of them took 5 damage. He died. Most likely, let's
Oh,
see.
oh, that was
Yeah, he's
ooh
dead.
headshot.
Another one took 1 damage. It was the wounded one. He died. And
Head.
then
Oh, another headshot.
the last one took 3 damage, and he died. So as you
Headshot.
peek over the
All of
wall
them
one more
headshot.
time, you'd order your men to fire, and your
Yeah.
men take them down. Your men are successful archers in this round, right? They'll fire
Yeah.
up there and shoot them dead.
Yeah. Good job, lads. Yeah.
All right.
That was good.
So are all the orcs dead now?
Let's see.
I think this is a fortress for the orcs.
Maybe.
I think we just stumbled
Yeah, they're
upon a siege that we didn't even know about.
They could have um
If
found
this,
this room out. They easily
This
could have.
is
all right. They're dead.
Alright.
this is where the dragon is supposed to be, right?
yeah, the dragon. But we heard that the dragon has been seen for
Yeah.
months or a
Mm.
long time. It's probably
So this,
hibernating.
This
yeah.
is just a wall, though. This is not even
Oh
a
wait, wait.
fortress.
The
Yeah,
towers could lead into the fortress if we go through the towers.
we need,
Maybe.
we need, we need, we need to find a way to get in.
Yeah.
They said there's holes in the
Right.
wall.
Now that I see that the fighting is over, I come back.
Yeah. Let's say.
I would
Next one, start looting.
Yeah. Let's say.
I would like to
Part of your
try
group's
and
more
retrieve
discussions on
some
your plan.
arrows.
The arrows are up on the wall, so you have to get up the
Gotcha.
wall.
Mm. What you could do, Hans, is because the towers, there's still a chance the towers themselves they'll lead into the little fort, so uh, it wouldn't hurt climbing up and then maybe putting down a ladder and then having because we're not well I'll know than Henry I don't know about Henry but we all should be able to make it up there.
I can't get up there. I'm heavy.
Higher up around you, way up.
I'm still heavy. You need like 2, 3 people maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
I, what I can, well, yeah. we'll wrap a rope around you and pull you up
It's
if you're
an,
too heavy.
yeah, I'm like 90, 100 load, so I'm heavy.
Can we like divvy it up amongst all of us so that maybe you're not heavy then?
Yeah, if we have multiple people. Alright, if that's the plan of motion, I guess Hans, I guess you'll be the first man.
All right, I'll start climbing back up again.
Alright, so
Can I prepare to catch him if he goes to fall?
sure. Alright, we got some teamwork here. Hans is about to climb up there. Bogart prepares to catch him. As that's happening, does anyone else want to take an action?
In case any more orcs emerge, he'll prepare his bow.
I
Stand
say,
up.
no more yelling. No more yelling.
Yeah.
I tell my men to be on guard. Have your eyes peeled, and I'll be on guard while they're getting up to the tower.
Okay. Anton, do you want
Because
to be southeast then?
Yeah, I'll be on
Remain
guard.
southeast so you can actually see up
Yeah,
the wall. If we are
be on guard.
upright against the wall, we cannot naturally see up the wall. Or we can see up the
Yeah,
wall if they peek down, but we won't be able to see.
yeah. He would have
Anyone that's
completed
behind
his
us.
movement. Yeah, he would have completed his movement and just remained on guard.
Okay, so Anton is on guard to the southeast. Henry on guard to the southeast with his men. Belgard, prepare to catch Hans. Hans climbing up the wall. And Lola, your action. Awesome. And then Hagrid, your action. Okay.
Borog.
We'll take a small break. Let's take 5. And then let's ping those players, see if they're going to come back or not.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we get some MIAs.
Okie dokie.
Wait, Hagrid is gone, and who? Bogard? Oh my God!
Well, I don't blame Hagrid. I mean, it's like 5 a.m., 6
Wait,
a.m. now
then why play? Why even play, man?
because he wants to play. That's the problem. He wants to play.
Oh,
He
maybe
wants
they're
to
picking at the
get.
same time.
Do we think he passed out at the keyboard?
He has a good
Yo,
chance.
Swag. Yo, wake up! You're
Hey,
getting
Saul.
chewed up by a dragon right now, bro.
The dragon thinks you're pretty, man.
Ain't no fucking way he just passed up, man. This is
Well,
why I'm getting kind
remember,
of nervous doing sessions because of
he
this.
attended. He attended morning. He went to morning session, and he never like went to sleep. So he's been awake for almost like
And
12 hours.
what is Lola doing? What's this?
I think they're. I don't know. They
Clap, clap.
probably sleep
Clap,
too.
clap. Where's
Maybe,
my money? Clap.
maybe
This is
asleep.
this is the new form of
Yeah.
interrogation where you turn a man into a bitch.
Okay. Well, they said. Well, they were here originally, but they might have went fallen asleep just like Swan
Only
did.
only Nags understands. So
Yeah. At least we got these mercenaries.
I'm glad Boomer don't understand that.
No, I understand. Trust me. I'm just
Oh,
ignoring it.
yeah. Where's my money? Clap,
I'm trying to
clap.
strategic denies. Strategic denies.
Where's my money?
We got lucky with those. Or there was only 3 of them though. If there were more, might have had a problem.
A big problem.
Yeah,
So
you
how are
almost
we gonna get back down?
he's gonna put the ladder, and we're gonna lower you down again with the rope.
But the ladder is loose, no?
The ladder can support light characters,
I'm not light though.
aka don't be fat. Yeah, we're gonna raise you up with a rope. Gonna raise you up with a rope.
Yeah,
Or
you
you
could
can,
climb
Right.
the ladder with the rope
yeah,
around your
or yeah,
waist.
you could just in case you fall, you can climb the ladder with the rope. So,
Right.
We could
so
do like
what you could do? No, what you could just tie the rope around your waist and then climb. Because
Yeah, I'd slip. Yeah, yee. Bungee jumping.
if you slip, or no, have the ladder, tie the end of the rope around your waist and climb on the ladder.
we could be
Follow the rope.
pulling on the rope to assist as well.
As he's climbing up the ladder, that would like interrupt his progress. It would be awkward.
Or I could just be
Why
butt
why
booty.
not
I could just
take
take
all
off my armor.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
could take off your gear and we could put it in like a sack and then pull it up with the rope.
yeah, I have a bag. Or I have a pack. Or do I have a
Well,
bag?
if you're gonna do that, it's gonna take like 3 turns to put on armor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It'll also just take one turn to like if we have
I
like
gotta I
everybody.
gotta put on my helmet, and I gotta put on my
Yeah.
gambeson. I gotta put on my mail, and then I gotta
Yeah.
put on my scale.
Yeah. Swarog, you here?
-2 armor class. That's crazy.
Swarog. So I'm trying to wake up Swarog. Swarog. Okay. Never mind.
Yo, swag,
He's
swag,
dead.
swag,
Hey,
Ragnarok,
pierogi breath.
pierogi breath. Wake up! Oh my god.
Swag.
Oh, he's in
Soggy.
my. He can't. I don't think
Soggy.
Swag should be playing these sessions.
Soggy. Hey Henry, don't be like that. Some people
I,
have he wants to play so much that he's here falling asleep, which I mean it's a bit of an inconvenience, but it's it's better having a sleepy player than having no player at all, man.
I'm kind of nervous because we play with the same group, but it's like we're not getting any new players anymore. So
We got a new player, we have Logan.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm talking about like consistent players. We got these. We
It'll
got Suko. We got Zera, Izudine, whatever his name was. You
no,
don't.
we have players. It's just not these. Eakin's doing like the European sessions, American sessions. I believe they're in like the AM, like
Yeah,
they're
it's
early.
10:50 p.m. right now, and
Not
then
I'm
like
in.
clapping, clap, clap, clap. Where's
Yeah,
my
it's
money?
like you need a very open schedule to be able to make the games. On top of being able to wake up at those times to play the game.
yeah, yeah. My issue is I go to work
Yeah,
early, so
yeah,
if like this session being late, if
yeah,
I had to work tomorrow, I
yeah.
wouldn't have been able to make it.
Once I get my schedule, like once I go back to school, and I'm only gonna be able to make like 2 sessions every week, which is still good. It's a good honest pace, but I've been making like every single session so far. But that's because I'm not playing with other groups and I'm out of school. So you gotta remember, everybody's got their own time.
Appreciate it. Alright, so for the romantic adventure, Lola and Hagrid are exhausted from the march, so we can leave them outside if we want, but the rest of the mercenaries who will not be going in.
They passed out. Uh, I guess it's just us four and my four mercenaries.
The mercenaries
Uh,
cannot go dungeon delving, right?
why is it only just us four?
Yeah,
We
mercenaries
got
got.
this. I've got 6 arrows left. We can
I
take down
tell
the
I
dragon.
tell I tell my mercenaries we'll be back.
Alright, they'll guard
Just
the
stay
exit
here, protect. Yep, just protect.
and look over the rest of the troop.
We have
Hans has
all
climbed
these mountain men.
the wall now. Hans, you get back up there, and the ladder's still
Okay,
here.
I
Oh,
I'll put the ladder back down.
Alright, you lift it
Yeah.
up and you lower it down the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It lands down there. It's kind of heavy and old.
Yeah.
Okay, ladder's been lowered.
I also
Okay.
well I take a quick look around to see if there's any other those other creatures still, around, or if I hear anything.
There's a dark archway that leads into the tower northwest of you. There's an archway in the mountain to the southeast. So an exit in the tower here, and an exit to the southeast in the mountain face here. 2 exits. You look both ways and it's just dark. You don't see any monsters there though.
Okay, I'll drop the rope to
Alright, you
is there a
lower the
place
rope
to
as well.
secure the rope? Is there a place to secure the rope or no?
You can tie it around the battlement.
Okay,
The
I'll do
walls
that.
have kind of like arrow slit bricks, kind of, or like
Okay.
the classic kind of bricked walls for a castle battlement or a wall. You can tie it
Okay.
around that if you want.
Do they look sturdy enough?
You try to move it, it's pretty solid. The
Okay,
golden
then I'll
one
do
bricks
that.
holds it together.
Yeah.
You secure a rope
Hands
around
on.
it, tie a knot, and then lower the rest of it down.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then after I do that, I'll stay alert and it- you know, to see if somebody comes behind, from those arches.
All right.
And
So
and
as you're on guard up here, do you want to keep the rope in your hand so you can like pull it tight, or do you just
Uh,
want to leave it
it,
tight against the brick?
I mean, I'll tie it up against the rib brick, but if I can help with, pulling somebody up, I will.
So if you help pull someone up, you can't be on guard.
Oh,
So that means you're
and
holding
you
it
know what?
tight so that way if they do slip up, you can hold it tight so that they don't get dropped down, right? You're like gathering all the
Yeah,
slack, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that. Once somebody else comes up here, they can look out.
Okay. So you carefully begin to pull the rope tight after they tie it around someone. Who are they tying the rope around? Are we using the rope for every character that comes up?
Anton, he'll hold onto the rope with one hand, and then he'll use one hand to climb the ladder as he's like the inches way up using it, just in case something breaks.
Okay. Anton, your equipment weighs around, was it like almost 80 pounds? And then
73, 74.
74 pounds, something like that. Yeah, 80,
Yeah,
80 pounds. And then your character itself weighs around half as much as a man, so around 80 pounds, 40 to 80, I think. Let me double check how
yeah,
much a half thing
yeah.
weighs.
So if that's true, you should weigh about the average man nothing, I
All right,
believe.
you weigh 60-ish
I'm
pounds,
I'm heavy as fuck, so
so about 100 pounds is your weight. So
Yeah,
as you climb the ladder, you do feel it's old and it creaks, but does not really, you do not really affect it too much. You easily climb it, but except where the stairs are broken. Where the stairs are broken, that is where it gets dangerous for you. You can you have to kind of like leap up or like
yeah,
reach for the next you have to
yeah,
step where there's a foothold missing, right? So really kind of stretch your
yeah.
body there.
Yeah, that's why he's
Um,
got like the one hand on the rope.
so you climb it, you have one hand around the rope and one hand trying to grab a head. That's very tricky to do, right? To balance
Or
all that.
once he gets to a point where it becomes dangerous, he'll try to climb the rope for a few feet until he can get a hand on the ladder.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna let go of the ladder and then grab the rope instead?
Like, yeah, pretty much. With one hand on the rope, he'll use once it gets dangerous, he'll let go, grab the rope, and he'll shimmy up
Where
until
there's a
there's
missing
a
step on the ladder, you're just gonna use the rope.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Alright, so once you use the rope though, you're just gonna be swinging wildly, right? Hanging onto the
Oh,
rope.
Yeah, but I'll try to be pulling him up while he's
Okay, you just
doing
start
that.
pulling him up. Alright, the ladder, again, is maybe about a 30-foot long ladder. It goes up a 20-foot tall wall, but at a slant, of course, it becomes around 30 or 25 feet. So, as you climb up, when you approach your first missing step, which is about halfway up, which is about maybe 10 or 15 feet up, that's when you decide to just hold onto the rope and get pulled up. So you would hold onto the rope, and then you would kind of jump off the ladder, and your body would kind of slam against the wall, and then he would have to raise you from there. Uh, let's
yeah,
see, Hans, you would have to pull 100 pounds of weight up, and you're already carrying some equipment, but not as much as others. You can carry up to 160 pounds, maybe double if you exert enough force in this moment. Let's see if you do or not. You do. You manage to pull him pretty easily. You pull and pull, you tug him up onto the wall. You bring him up onto the wall. Alright, so the halfling and you're up on the wall.
hmm
Let's see, while you're pulling him up though, four monsters approach from the tower. They came out of
Oh
the darkness
shit!
in the middle of your pull as you're holding onto your guy who's just secured by you holding the rope tightly to him, right? Holding all that slack. If you let go of this rope, he's just gonna plummet to the ground, right? So
he tied it to
four
the thing.
monsters charge you as you're pulling the rope up. So you're in the middle of pulling the rope up. Despite him tying the rope to the wall, that doesn't stop all that slack from just dropping down and killing you, right? The
Oh
wall is
yeah,
not pulling the rope up as you're climbing, right? It's him that's pulling the
Okay.
rope up as you're climbing. But he's what keeps you up. And if you release the rope, you just drop down.
Right.
The rope will still be tied around
Right.
you. um, but four monsters suddenly emerge from the darkness, right? As three lie dead at your feet. These monsters are waiting for this moment. They charge you with spear and axes, and what do you do at that very moment? It's a very risky situation. You have one action.
Oof. What do I do? Oh man.
You can
I'm
save and throw
gonna
the halfling. You can
uh,
drop him and defend yourself. What do you do?
I am going to let go of the rope and uh, try to climb down the rope myself.
Okay.
Yo, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
So the halfling, you're being pulled up by the rope. Perhaps you can grab the wall itself and hold onto the
Yeah.
wall,
Yeah.
or you
Or
can.
can I? Would I be able to pull myself up as he's like pulling the rope? So
This like halfway up. They didn't wait
yeah.
for you to get up to the top when they attacked.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I'm saying. I'm saying as he's pulling me, I pull myself up. So when he lets go of the rope, I just be like hanging on it instead of just plummeting down, right?
You will still plummet down because he's holding the slack, right? So if he lets go of the
Oh,
slack, it all goes whizzing down,
okay.
right?
I'll,
And you go
I'll attempt
falling with
to
it.
dig my hands into the wall
All right.
and
So
catch himself.
How far is he? Like from the ground.
you try to grab the wall. You fall a total of about 15 feet. So you take only 1d6 damage. You took
Mm,
6 damage in the drop. You hit the rock
yeah.
floor at the bottom. You hear bones
Yeah.
crack. Um, a
I
poor
have.
halfling has broken a leg. Is at 1 hit point most likely. Subdual damage.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
saving
6
throw versus
damage.
death is a 2.
Yeah.
So when you fell
Mm-hmm.
down there, you hit your head pretty hard, and he's out within seconds.
Yeah.
So the halfling drops from the wall
Yo,
and
Boomer.
breaks a leg, cracks his neck,
Sent you a
and
DM,
then
Boomer.
that's the end of the adventure for Anton. Unfortunately, you took the risk.
Yep.
You knew the risk. You climbed that
Oh, he's
wall.
dead.
Anton, yeah, you broke your leg, and we made a saving throw versus death just now,
Mm.
and
I
it
thought it was
failed.
some damage.
It it is though gravity does not choose to deal subdual damage. It
Oh.
doesn't. Yeah, it's blunt
Okay.
damage, but you
Yeah.
can still crack your head against the rock. And
Yeah.
that's where the saving throw versus death come into play.
Yeah. He
So
as he's going down, he'll just be like, "No, you didn't!" As like, and then he hits the ground as like his head cracks. Oh, well,
yeah,
I have a
so
helmet on, right?
you have
That
okay. If you have a
sucks.
helmet on, we might say you're safe. You just gotta you just knock out then.
Yeah.
You have a concussion maybe, but
Yeah. At least
uh
he's alive.
let's see. So because it's not like not like gravity intends to kill you, like crush your head in. You just kind of fall, break a leg,
Yeah.
and I
What
would
goes up
say
must come down.
your helmet, and the rest of your armor protects you pretty well. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's subdual. Subdual can't kill you. It's not supposed to be able to kill you. So it only takes you down,
Yeah.
and that's it. Knocks you out. So the halfling
I
just
gotta.
goes unconscious after breaking his leg. Right, his head hits the
I
ground
had
really hard,
to.
and everything goes black for Anton for the remainder of the adventure.
I'll,
But you
I,
survive this
I'll
one.
tell. I'll tell my archers as soon as he falls down
Yes,
to
they would open fire.
yeah, if whenever you see like a creature. But I'm gonna get Anton and I'm gonna put him on my horse.
So as the monster is charged after Hans would of course dropped the rope and jumped off the wall kind of and began climbing down himself. And as the monsters appeared and were about to hit him or chop the rope or whatever, that's when your men were able to open fire. They would see them on the battlement from this angle. They would pop off their shots. This can include Bogart, the three archers, or the four archers, and then of course, what's your action yourself, Henry?
I was gonna pick up Anton and put him on my horse.
Okay, you run toward Anton. So first you got to do a movement before you can pick him up. So you move over to
Yeah.
Anton one action at a time. So as you're moving toward Anton's position, as the archers take aim and fire, along with Bogart, as Hans is climbing down. I think that's everyone's action, right? Hagrid and Lola are just standing by. So let's see what actually happens. When these monsters appear on the battlement and they come into the line of fire of our missile combatants get their shots off. We'll start with Bogart since he has two attacks. His first attack
Hmm.
lands a 12 plus 1 for close range. What's your dexterity, Bogart? Let's see.
Oh
I have
my
12.
god.
12. Alright, so just a plus 0 from that. So 13 total to hit. From the wall
Yo,
bonus, the
Boomer.
monsters are not hit from your first attack. The wall provides a plus 2 armor class, covering half their body. So from 12, they jump to 4. From an AC of 7 default, they have a AC of 5 with the wall's protection. All right, and then next is gonna be the normal or your normal attack. Your normal attack is a hit. Okay, so your normal attack deals 1d8 damage to one of these monsters. There are 4 of them that charge. One takes 3 damage. Let's see if it's a kill or not. It wounded one, so one is wounded. Let me write that down. Okay, one's wounded. Um, and then let's see.
I would say that shot wasn't as effective because after seeing Anton hit the floor, like my legs are shaking when I go to shoot the arrow.
Makes total sense. Bogart, lands that hit, but not exactly where you wanted it to hit. Hits one of the monsters in the shoulder pretty badly, close to the neck. And there's a total of 4 still. The 4 archers hired by Henry have let their shots off, with a +1, -1 bonus for close range, and then of course -1 for their training. They're just normal men, mercenaries, normal men, mercenaries. Miss, 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 and miss. They all miss. And then the monsters get to the rope as Hans is climbing down the rope, but Hans doesn't need a rope to climb. So even if they cut the rope, he should be chilling. They do chop at the rope. At least one of them does. Slices that rope. So, the end of it drops down. But Hans is clinging to the wall. He's going to do a climb sheer surface check. And 84% barely passes. Clinging to that wall, carefully climbing down. While the other 3, the other 3, they are grabbing stones at this point and preparing to toss them down. All right. And in the following round, Hans, you get down there eventually. And then, of course, sorry. Henry, you get to Anton's body, you pick up the poor halfling and hit his heavy armor, kind of lift him, drag him away. And as that's happening, Bogart, you're taking aim again, perhaps. But at this point, the monsters don't get back up. They stay behind the wall after being shot at, realizing that you guys have kind of the advantage missile-wise. So you can hear them up there on the wall, but you cannot see them anymore. They seem to be moving.
Okay.
Combat has ended. Enemies are retreating, it sounds like, and your party brings their dead in, or their injured in. Anton is injured. You can feel his pulse, but barely. He's unconscious.
We should
guess
probably
we-
huddle and figure
Yeah.
out what the new plan is, because this
Yeah.
obviously isn't working.
Yes, Anton's unconscious. He's mumbling the rocks. Make sure they're not rocks. As he's unconscious. Some of you might get that.
I guess might as well take them back to the town.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, poor guy's gonna die if we keep him out here.
I'll just. mm,
What is the
Can you
plan?
heal him?
Possibly. I don't. But with his injuries, I don't think my magic's effective. But I'll try.
He's at
we're
1
gonna
hit
have to
point.
figure. We're gonna have to
Ah,
figure another way into this
then
town.
I'll heal him.
Alright, you do a Cure Light Wounds. He heals
Yeah.
7 hit points. He's at full hit points, but his leg is still broken.
Yeah.
So he does wake up, does start to breathe again, and focus again. So your will to fight has returned to you, Anton, but you can no longer walk effectively.
Yeah. He just goes,
And so,
so what's my speed's half, pretty much.
you know what?
Yeah.
We can.
He just opens his eyes, goes, as he feels his leg, and he goes, well, still got my bow arm. As he stretches his arm a little bit. He's still in pain though.
You took a quite nasty fall.
Yeah.
Your leg is not very good looking. It's purple. Looks purplish.
And look at the
Broken.
dent in his helmet.
Yeah, his leg is swollen. It's all purple. The veins is purple.
So what you
Broken.
guys can do is you guys can create a
Tourniquet.
is it a tourniquet or is it a
We
splint?
A splint.
a splint.
Oh,
A splint. We
splint.
can make a mischief splint for now.
If you have
as
a
Anton.
bandage,
Temporary.
the bandage counts as a splint, so you can build a splint from a
Yeah.
bandage.
I have a
Anton, you have
bandage.
bandage?
I have a
Okay, so
bandage.
we can use that. Yeah.
Alright. Minus
Yeah.
one bandage from Anton, you guys splint his leg, and then from there you can give him a stick to use to support the other side of his weight,
Hmm.
and he can march home.
He
Or you
he
can
has
throw
a
him on a
spear.
horse.
He has a
He
spear.
he
A
has a
spear
spear.
and a well, no, sure, but one right.
Alright, so
Uh,
for the remainder of the adventure, Anton, you can still adventure, but you move at half the rate.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. So with all my
uh,
gear, I'd be encumbered, or no, I'd move.
no, you're gonna be on
Most
your
likely
horse,
they're
so it's
gonna be
not gonna
throwing you on a
matter.
horse. So
Yeah, I'd be
You're
ready.
gonna be on a horse. You won't be running.
He'll
So
just he'll have his bow out then for the rest of the time he's on the horse. He'll just have his short bow prepared.
we need to get more people for adventuring. We're getting people that pass out during these sessions, and that's less muscle for us and less things to do.
Did the
I feel,
initial
it forces us to not play, but
yeah.
like forces us to leave the game early.
Did any of the
Cause
initial orcs who got killed did they fall off or were they
no,
just
they're on
dead
the
on the
battlement
wall?
still.
Okay.
So if we want our loot from the orcs, we're gonna have to go back on the battlement.
Does maybe I don't
that's
know
your
if we could do it
opinion.
this time.
Rope
Maybe
is
we
down
could
here.
smoke them out.
Whoever's rope is down here is only 40 feet long now, because 10 feet was separated.
I put the rope back on.
Yeah.
I put the rope on my horse.
Yeah.
This was your rope?
No, whose rope was this?
Was mine.
You take it next. Take your rope back.
Hans.
I
So
will.
next
Alright,
so
40
next
foot
take
rope.
Hans next.
yeah. So next time if we have a rope that's exactly as long as the wall, will the same result happen? Or
What do you
About
mean?
that helmet.
nags?
Say what?
Because what if next time if we bring a rope that's exactly as long as the wall, right? Or was it?
Well, that's not the problem. The
That's not
It
the
problem
was
is
the
problem.
yeah. It was
if I'm
yeah.
pulling you up,
He's
I'm
grabbing
Oh
creating
slack.
slack. And when
What you
you
should
oh
do
fall,
next time is wrap
yeah,
yeah
the slack around the
yeah
battlement as you
yeah.
raise him.
Or
or
wrap it around
something.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the slack is what made me like let go, and I felt okay.
right.
Okay.
Sometimes the slack is more dangerous than the ground.
True.
Yeah.
So what
I'm
are we
now.
gonna do? What are we gonna do now? We don't have enough muscle.
I'm
The
not
party.
bad.
Yeah, I think it's time to head out. I don't think this is not. Yeah.
Yeah, I
At
don't
the
think we can beat these guys at
at the
least.
at the worst, we've gained information. You know.
This is gonna be the most weirdest adventures I've been on. I'm not gonna lie.
Wisdom is key. Okay, and the more we learn, the better prepared we can be.
More the members don't show up, man. What you mean?
Yeah. And maybe the generation after us or a new generation will be able to.
Adventures
I
are
think it's
dwindling in
time.
these regions.
Yeah.
You got your mercenaries, you got the few retainers every now and then,
Mm,
and very few adventurers in these parts.
yeah. Let's head
Alright,
back.
Only if only there was a miracle.
you cut your
Yeah.
losses, and you begin the march home.
Yeah.
We were ill prepared for this one, I suppose,
Mhm.
and we don't want to make another attempt. Most
Mm.
of what we lacked, perhaps, was the tools to get up there, or the manpower to fight off the monsters within. The mercenaries will help fight if it's a wilderness encounter, but they will not
Yeah,
be
yeah,
able to
yeah, yeah.
dungeon.
That's fine. They helped. They helped a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really did. They fucked
They
shit
killed.
up.
Yeah, they killed like three of them.
They will only serve us
I
for
think
one
Yeah.
more week, though, unfortunately, and then
Yeah.
their pay is due again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Anton will.
after I pay them, it's like what 5 silvers?
Each of them wants 5 silvers at the end of the month. So after the
Yeah.
next game, you'll pay them, and if you want to hire them again, you can, and then you'll just get them for 3 more months or 3 more weeks, and then they'll get paid again, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that means next session we need to break bank.
Yeah.
I need to break bank.
Anton's out of the adventure, so you guys won't have. Anton will compliment the archers though. Who'll tell them that they shoot well for
All right,
the same
Anton.
thing.
It takes about 3 months for a broken leg to heal, I think. So let me double
Yeah.
check. It might be longer.
Yeah.
So you'll
He
be
might
out of
just
the game for
spend.
a while.
Yeah, he'll just spend his retirement days like practicing at the range or something. You
For
know.
sure. Maintaining his
This is
skill.
the shortest session I've done.
Yeah.
Okay.
weak in the leg, but still strong with the bow.
All right. It takes yeah,
Yeah.
just a few months, 6 to 8 weeks.
Mhm.
So we'll say in 3 months or one season, after the spring season slash summer season, in the fall by the fall he can come back to adventure.
Mhm.
We can see a return.
Can I get the role for being a
I
halfling
f-
fighter though?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
I wonder if a higher potency of healing can heal a broken leg or an injury.
We'll have to find out a different day.
I feel like cure serious wounds would work actually.
We'll have to try someday, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Yep.
The name's
Um,
serious. Your leg is serious, you know?
Ethan, can I expand
Yeah.
my like nickname for Anton the Rock Bear to Anton the Rock Bear, slave to gravity?
Flying to gravity is crazy.
Yeah.
And just a cleric that's following the knight's hospitaller
Okay.
code.
Yeah. He'll spend his days shooting at the range and maybe drinking and walking around with like a little cane, telling people about how he went on some miraculous adventures.
Let's
You
see.
know.
First little halfing row. Is that the get Krieger? It's Zwertmeister. Oh shit. I must have removed it or something. I don't
Hmm?
see it. The list.
Probably because we haven't had halflings in a while.
Maybe. Yeah.
Halflings cap out at level
Yeah.
8. That's crazy.
For so far, me and Nags were like the only halflings I've ever seen playing in this server.
He's not a halfling, he's a thief.
I know. I'm saying when he was a halfling.
Uh,
I
Cause
believe he was.
halflings are kind of cheeks. I'm not gonna lie,
They're kind of what?
cheeks,
Cheeks.
bad,
What does
like bad.
Like butt cheeks.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
You said they were bad.
yeah.
They were good as excellent.
The main classes that I've seen that's being used most of the time are fighters, clerics,
Well,
dwarves,
well, you gotta
and
remember halfling.
just the human classes mainly.
Okay.
We don't
Well,
really see as much
okay.
demi-humans.
Well, you gotta remember that halflings they're excellent scouters and
Same thing
um
with thieves.
and archers. Halfling, because with Anton, Anton's actually a crack shot with the bow. He has a +1 dex, +1 missile, +1 light range, and if it's close, he has a +4 total if all the stars line up. So he can be a very competent archer when he tries. But for now, he's gonna do bird watching or something.
Trying to think of what a good plan there would have been against those guys.
But we're just ill prepared. Well, there was some stuff we could have done, but no, they were already on the wall. It would have
Yeah,
essentially
the
it would have
surprise attack was
it would have
really
been
what
a
fucked us
siege by the
up.
time. We might have to bring a ladder of our own, maybe
Yeah.
grappling hooks, things like that.
Alright. Yeah, the first level halfling title is gonna be Victor. Victor. Yeah. The second
A
level, if you
Vector.
get it, is Krieger, which is warrior.
Okay.
But Victor is gonna be like veteran or watchman guard for first level.
Alright. It would be Anton the Vector.
Victor. Yeah.
Okay. And how long have we been playing? Only for about
Maybe like an hour, hour and a half.
hour and a half. Yeah, with prep. Didn't take us long to get the Stonehold. But at least we found an entrance. We discovered the thing. These orcs are really starting to be a problem, though. I guess what goes around comes around. He's killed 2 orcs and then he got his leg broken. So
Alright. But next time, might figure out a way to breach the wall or another way in. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was not the way I told you guys to get into the stronghold from day one, right? The first
Mhm.
time we introduced the adventure, there was a
Yeah,
particular
I
way
should have
that you
looked
were.
for the for I should have
Mhm.
looked for the hill, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
There's supposed to be a
I
Yeah.
should have
cave,
looked for the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
so, but we
We were
decided to
looking.
enter from the front, not the cave. So in that case, you get
Yeah.
the whole wall to take down.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, it could be occupied. Risks of being occupied by enemies. Yeah.
Rush, we shall of course plan better next time. Uh, you approached
The short
alternate way, which is
session.
fine, but
Mhm.
there's a better way, of course. It
Yeah.
was talked about many times ago, but this time
Mhm.
we chose not to heed its
Yeah.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Or it's a suggestion and take our own way,
Yeah.
and we got what we got. But
At
you'll
least we
march
were able
home.
to. Mhm.
There's still a chance to die on the way home. So
Yeah.
let's see if we can get our boys home alive. 17 men, 4 mercenaries, and the rest of your adventurers. We got to get back to Slovaria. What is the way home from Fort
Um,
Stonehold?
we'd head southeast because we've been traveling northwest this whole
Okay,
time.
southeast along the road. Eventually, the road
Mhm.
forks and goes somewhat southeast for a little bit, but you think it mainly goes eastward.
Yeah.
If you go east, you no longer follow the river. It just goes east.
Yeah. We'll go east.
You descend the slopes of the mountains and you make your way back to grasslands. You march across the grasslands. Your trip to Slovaria is safe. You made it home alive.
Mm.
Your men have come back from another long day of adventures. After dinner and such, the men at least appreciate the dinner that you have afforded them. But they hope that the
Mhm.
third week of this camp, of this adventure, will be better. Right? This is the third week.
Uh,
The last week, you guys will
I'm
have with
Mhm.
your mercenaries.
I'm gonna start being picky with my sessions.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anton will. Yeah, he'll thank all the people. He paid. I paid the retainers, not the retainers, the mercenaries. My mercenaries, not my non-combatants in advance, right?
You paid them a down payment. They still need to
Yeah.
be paid again at the end.
Oh, all
So,
right.
or
What's
yeah,
the?
you paid them 17 for a down payment. All those normal men.
Yeah,
They still need
a
17
down
at the
payment.
end of the month. So
Mhm.
after the next game, whether you're here or not, they require 17 silvers.
Oh, oh yeah, because they had an initial fee, and then
Yep. And then
okay,
a monthly wage that you could pay at the end of the month.
okay.
All right. They have earned their keep though. They have supplied your party as best they could.
Mhm.
Okay. That is it for this one. I know it wasn't really a
Mhm.
win or a loss, but hopefully next game will be better. So
Yeah.
thank you all for
We need
joining.
more. We need more
Yep.
people. Ugh.
If we're out of players, you guys are welcome to invite anyone else.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
have a good one. Take care. Thank you for
Mhm.
playing. I'll see you guys at the next one.
Ethan, I got a
Yeah,
question real
thanks for
quick.
Guys,
DMing.
I
good
know.
night, guys.
A quick question.
Yeah.
Would you, how long have we been playing?
We've been playing since around 11, so about 2 3 hours.
2 3 hours. Okay. I was gonna say if you had enough time to do a character with your dice, but I could just do one in the Discord.
I have time,
Well,
so
take it
Oh yeah.
easy, guys.
have a good one,
That was
Jose.
fun.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yep.
Yes, yes. I hope to show up again.
I hope to see you
Yeah.
again.
Maybe. Mhm. May or infantry next session. Oh.
Right, here we
Yeah.
go. Ready?
Mhm. Yep.
Strength of 7.
Okay.
So this one will force you not to solve your problems with combat, perhaps. Let's see.
Or maybe
Intelligence
he'll.
of 5.
Oh boy. Okay.
Wisdom of 14. He's quite zealous, maybe.
Okay. Holy man.
Not very strong, but not very smart, though. So he might be an older acolyte,
Yeah.
a priest. Um, Dexterity of 8. He's a bit slow.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably an old man.
Yeah. Being his
10
maybe
Constitution.
mid 40s, maybe. Maybe he took an arrow to the knee when he
And
was young.
15 Charisma.
Ethan, I'm always noticing it's always high charisma in my characters.
The dice have decided.
My only good stat shall be charisma, so be it.
Alright.
Very well.
Indeed.
Can I? Well, I was gonna say old school adventure, but no, I think that's better off for a different time. Because while you can re-roll stats with old school adventure, an old school adventure can also save the entire party from an encounter, maybe. So
Mm-hmm. Reroll one
you
die
gotta,
of your choice.
yeah, that
Um,
includes on like wandering monsters and percentile checks
yeah,
for
but you have to
finding.
reroll it right after. If there's another roll that's made, you can't go back. So,
Okay.
so
All right.
roll. Yeah. Okay. So,
All right. Hey, let me go ahead and note those down.
yep. You got
7
7
strength.
strength, 5 intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
14 wisdom, 8 dexterity, 10
Mm-hmm.
constitution, 15 charisma. Can you do the
15
rest by
charisma.
yourself, or do you want me to go through the rest with you?
Um, if you got time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
What class do you
Can
want
I?
to pick?
Um,
I recommend
that's,
cleric.
yeah, that's like cleric. We don't have any. Well, we only have one cleric left. So yeah, I'll go cleric.
Do it yourself.
No.
I ain't going back to the dollars.
Alright,
Yeah.
you have
I go to the
12
Mexico over there,
silvers.
$4
Let's
a
see.
pack
So
with a
silver.
carton
Okay.
for $40.
And for hit
Right.
points,
Yeah,
you got 4 hit points.
Um, can I inherit my silver from
From who? No one
Anton?
died. Anton's not dead.
Anton? He's retired, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It'd
Right,
be
but
what?
this character is not his heir, right? This is
Oh,
just a new character. You get an
mm,
heir if you die. So
yeah.
this character is of
Oh,
the same house. He can give money to this character, but
yeah. Not a. I'm not saying like less. I'm saying like less than half of his silver, like 5 or 7.
alright. So as Anton comes back home and retires, what reason do you
Yeah.
think Anton has to give this member of his household money?
Yeah. Well, he wants to keep him safe, so he'll give him just a small bit to provide him with what he seeks to
Okay.
adventure with.
So from
Yeah.
30, you want to give him 15?
Um, I'll give him 10.
Or actually, you have less
'Cause,
than that. Let's see, your notes say
yeah,
minus 3.1. So
I
you're at
have.
27.7.
Yeah. And the retainers cost 17, you said? Yeah, so he'll need to save money for the to pay off the mercenaries. So he'll give him 5. Enough to get him started, but he doesn't really know him well.
Okay, you have 22.7 left.
Mm-hmm.
This one has 17 silvers then.
Yep.
Alright, get him some clothes. Get him a holy symbol. Weapons.
Hang on. That would bring me to 14. Okay. A weapon, I'll buy a sling.
Okay,
And all blunt deal the same, right?
for the
Pretty
most
much.
part. A maul is a D8, I think.
A D8. Now, the 7 in strength,
And
I
the
don't know if
flail
I'm
is
going
a
to be doing
D8 as
something with
well.
flails a D8. A maul can be used as a polearm, though, correct?
It requires 2 hands. Yeah.
Precedence, okay. Um, I'll stick with mace. Buy a mace. Eight. Okay. And then Gambison. Or actually, I'll go heavy Gambison. If I can get a Gambison and a
You
Holy
bought a
7.
Gambeson. You want a heavy
Yeah,
Gambeson?
yeah.
I already
Mm,
wrote it down though.
yeah, I can have a Gambison heavy. Just do HVY above it or something. Thank you.
Jimmy was like
Yeah, the Gambison. That brings me to 4.
that.
And do you recommend anything you can?
Let's see how much money you got left.
Four.
Butler was like
4?
that.
I would have recommended holy water, but you cannot afford it.
Holy water.
I
How much is
recommend
holy water?
a shield then.
A
Holy
shield.
water
Okay.
is 5 silvers.
Okay. Shield. Well, Anton can give him one more silver. Oh, he can give him 6.
Is he, or
That
will
he
he
can
or
give him
not?
6. Yeah, he will. He'll give him 6 instead of 5, so he can just buy holy water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time you trade money, by the way, I have to write it down. So.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But
Probably.
if we, yeah,
There's
tell me like all of it
a
next
lot of ink,
time.
a lot of ink and paper. Yeah, yeah.
All right then.
I'll make sure to do future ones. I'll make sure to do them I'll do it online, so you won't have to do any extra.
All right. You got holy water.
Holy water deals a D8 time death, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Mm, no. His alignment would be, well, it'd be neutral. He'd be loyal would be his playstyle or his
You just gotta prove it during the game. That's not
yeah,
important. That's actually just for NPCs. That's not for
just
players
for
to have.
just for
That's like
players. Okay.
that's just for me to note how that character would act
Yeah.
if they had a player.
Yeah.
So those notes are not important for y'all unless you guys want
Yeah.
other people to know how you guys play. So
Yeah. Yeah. He'll just do like I'm trying to add a little bit of flavor to my players, so I'll do loyal as like one of his traits.
lawful then.
Yeah, lawful. Oh yeah, that would make him lawful then. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, lawful, loyal, and my um.
Hello?
Hey, well, we finished playing. My background would be
Oh.
mm, he'd be a could he be in armor?
The same thing. The background is like your knowledge outside
Yeah.
of the adventure. So do you know a lot about armors? How to repair
Yeah.
them, maintain them, wear them.
Yeah. Repair them, attend them. I'd
Yeah,
say
then you
he'd
can put
like
that down.
yeah he might supply the clerics or paladins or whatever they are of the
Okay.
church. That's what you said 4 hit points earlier, correct?
4 hit points.
Okay. See one. All right, and now I can bring up a name. I'll just start generating until I get a good one. Most of my names have been like of Italian origin, correct?
Yeah.
Or Latin. Okay, I'll go with. Oh, well, can I go with Romeo?
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Romeo.
Alright. It has been set. You're Romeo the
Mm-hmm.
Acolyte, first solo cleric. And be ready for your next adventure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Alright. Take care, Boomer.
He's a.
I'll see you at the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Romeo's a lover, not a fighter, but he'll do his best.
Indeed.